Good morning, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia, and I'm here for my regular Wednesday morning Facebook Live. As usual, just a little bit late. Mornings are chaotic here. So today I thought I was actually going to share with you the birthday candle kit, but last night after my video about a million thanks, I finished up those cards and started playing with the extra bits, and I wanted to share with you some alternatives. So for those of you who are kind of more avid stampers, I might look at those kits and go, oh, those are so simple, not my kind of thing. I wanted to share with you some of the extra things that we can do with those kits to kind of make them a little bit fancier, a little bit more unique, because I'm an avid stamper, but it is really nice having a kit on hand. Like last night, I made 9 cards. Good morning, Danielle. And so it's really nice to be able to, get some quick cards as well. And then I'm going to show you what I did with some of the extra bits. So just if you missed last night's video about the Million Thanks kit, this is one of our kits. It's part of our buy one, get one 50% off sale that starts today. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop so you can see the kit that I created with last night. So all of our kits come in these awesome little boxes. They're not marked on the outside as to what kit they are. So these boxes are great to reuse for gifting things and everything. So once you open it up, oh, there's my little note about what I used. You have your instructions, all the things that you need to create 9 cards in this particular kit, and they're really beautiful cards, as well as the fun striped envelopes. Oh, so that's an alternative. So let's dig down. I'll pull out the 3 cards I made last night in our video. So we've got this quick, beautiful thank you with the lemons and limes on it. And this gorgeous A Million Thanks heart. And then the really fun, seriously grateful for you card with the faux ribbon and everything. So those are the 3 cards that you make with the kit. If you follow the instructions, you make 3 of each. Now I went and took the Million Thanks card and changed it up just a little bit. This is what my note was about. I grabbed a sentiment from Wildlife Wonder and stamped sending birthday wishes onto here. And then instead of popping up all these little flowers onto the card, I didn't pop them up at all. I grabbed the 1 extra flower that we have, because you get an extra one on each sheet. I grabbed the extra one and added it in. And then I used some iridescent pearls as an accent. And so very similar cards, but a little bit different. And what that did as well, by not popping up all these flowers, it gave me all those flowers to use on another card. So we're going to do that this morning. We're going to use all those flowers I didn't put onto this card on another card today. So that's one of the switches that I made. I made 2 of those. I made the other cards as is, and yet when we do that, we ended up with 2 extra thank you labels, 2 or 3 maybe, and 2 extra of this gorgeous label. So we're going to make something with those bits as well. All right, I'm going to pop these all back into the box, and I'm going to bring in the materials we need for today. So today we still have our stamp set. Oh, I didn't clean that one very well. So we still have our stamp set that we're going to be using. Good morning, Gail. We still have our Evening Evergreen ink that came in the kit. You guys get a spot in the kit. We still have that we're going to use. And then we're still going to end up using our mini glue dots and our mini dimensionals that came in our kit as well. We're going to add a few pieces to what we're doing, just to create something new and fun. All right, so now we had some extra labels. We had 2 extra of this label, and I had pre-stamped all of mine with the thank you. So that's what we've got. And so I won't be using the stamp set and ink to do that part because I've already done it. I tend to go through and like stamp up all my bits, just like I have the birthday wishes that I had done. We got 4 extra of these labels. No, 2 extra, because I used 2 on those cards. So we got 2 extras of those as well. So we have this extra thank you, and then we have all the extra flowers that we didn't use from those other cards. Now, I've already used a bunch of these to create a sample, but so that's 1 card's worth of flowers that we had extra. So I'm going to set these up off to the side for right now. But those are the bits we're going to be using. So now with our Evening Evergreen ink, I'm going to grab a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white cardstock. Nothing fancy here. My ink, and this is where our avid stampers are going to be able to grab some of their tools. We're going to grab a blending brush and some Pear Pizzazz ink. So we're going to throw in a second ink color here to go with this kit. So Pear Pizzazz is one of the coordinating colors on our card kit. And I'm going to use my Pear Pizzazz first because I always start with my light inks. And I'm going to get a lot of ink on there. And I'm going to start applying Pear Pizzazz ink to my basic white cardstock that I had here, 4 by 5 1/4. So this is just a standard first layer on a card. And we're just going to apply lots and lots of this to about the halfway point, maybe just a little bit beyond. And so I'm kind of doing this circles straight across, like kind of just switching it up. I'm going to apply quite a deep layer of this. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of time applying this. I want it to be a pretty solid color. So while I'm doing this, I'll just talk to you guys about some of the things that are going on. So today is June 1st. The first of the month I find is always a really, really busy day for Stampin' Up! Because it's the beginning of all of our new promotions. So beginning today, I've already mentioned, is our buy one, get one 50% off on our kits. And that runs for the entire month, so June 1st to June 30th. Although our kit collections are only, what's available online is what's available. So you don't want to wait till June 30th. You may find that things have sold out. I suspect many things will with this price, especially this A Million Thanks kit. This one is just gorgeous. So if you haven't seen our kits, you can go online. I put the link to our kits collections in the description of this video. There are so many. There's the Anchors Away. There's currently some Christmas ones that had sold out last year. I'm planning on grabbing some of those before the Christmas season so that I have them on hand. There's birthday ones and thank you ones. And there's a brand new kit. I can't even show it to you because I'm ordering mine today. And it is the Nourish and Flourish kit. It's a little bit more expensive than our regular kits, but it comes with a really, really cool bag to put everything in. And $3 of the purchase actually goes towards ending food scarcity here in Canada, or whatever market you are going to be purchasing in. So if you're in the US, it goes to a US market. So kind of a really neat idea. All right, so now that we've got all that Pear Pizzazz really well applied, we're going to come in with our Evening Evergreen on the other side. And you'll notice I'm using the same brush because I just have one brush for all my greens. And if I'm using a lighter green, I just make sure to kind of really rub it out on paper before I get started so that I don't put a dark green onto a light green. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side, where we're just really applying a very deep layer of Evening Evergreen, and then coming down just past the halfway mark. Okay, and we're going to just blend those together really nicely. So that's all the stuff with our kits. Buy one, get one, 50% off, and the new kit that's available. All of that you can see online. And then the other thing that's happening is our last chance sale begins today. So we have our mini catalog, our January to June mini catalog. And so this is the last month for that catalog. We have a new mini with all of our Christmas stuff coming out in July, Christmas in July. So if there's anything that you were dying to get from that mini catalog, you want to grab it now. Some of it is discounted. Some of it you'll see is on the list, but it's got 3 little stars beside it. A lot of the bundles, like there's some great bundles that are actually carrying over, like the tulips, but they're on the retiring list because they won't be offered in a discounted bundle format. So when things first get released with Stampin' Up that are a bundle, like a die set and stamp set together, or a punch and stamp set together, they offer them at a 10% discount if you buy them together as a bundle. So that bundle pricing will be disappearing. So the item themselves are in the new catalog. You'll have seen them. But that bundle pricing is gone in the new catalog. All right, so that's happening, and I will be sending out an email later this afternoon that has a full list of all the last chance items, all the sale prices and everything. So if you're not part of my newsletter, you want to sign up for that. The link is in the description for this video as well, and then you'll be on my mailing list when I send that out this afternoon. Yeah, so that is happening. And then, like I said, we have a new catalog coming. And so today, as a demonstrator, was the first day that I could order from the new catalog. So if you missed out on the amazing offer of the in color stuff, you can still get a great deal joining my team for $135. You get $165 worth of product, and you still get to take advantage of like the BOGO sale and everything. But you'll also be able to pre-order, which is awesome because this is not just a new catalog, but it's also a celebration mini coming. So kind of a nice little perk. All right, there we go. That was a lot of work, but it's well worth it. We've got our evening evergreen and our pear pizzazz all applied there. I'm just actually going to run down a little bit further with my evening evergreen. So this is really artist's choice. You kind of apply that as much or as little as you want until you get the look that you are hoping for. All right. So with that done, I'm going to bring my evening evergreen back in. And I've grabbed, oh, I got to clean that up. Yuck. I've grabbed the little flower from the stamp set that came in the Million Thanks stamp set. Now, I will warn you, I don't know if it's how I placed them on my block, but you do need to be careful that you fully apply him. So like when you put him down, like really firmly press. Because I find that I was not getting one side of him. All right. And there we go. And what we're going to do is apply these flowers kind of all over, starting on the evening evergreen side. And you can twist him around. Not that it really matters. He's a 5-sided flower, so kind of doesn't really look too different no matter how much you twist him. Oh, see, there we go. I didn't get that one fully applied. I'm going to be brave. And if I have to cover him up with another flower, I will. There we go. So really making sure that you're getting full coverage on that guy when you stamp him. All right. So here we go. This part's a little bit tedious. All right. A little bit more. Oh, another one. Darn it. Okay. I'm not having luck with this guy today. So you can try to double stamp that one, or you can do the cheat that I'm going to do in a minute, which is to come back in with an evening evergreen marker and fill in the part that didn't stamp. All right, so then I am just going to come down a little bit on the sides, not in the center though. Okay, a few more. All right, so we've got a lot of flowers stamped on there. You could even stamp a few of these. Actually, I'm going to stamp a few of these into the corner of an envelope. So unfortunately, I've used up all my fancy envelopes. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, there. So add those guys onto my envelope. You could even do like the whole back flap if you don't find it too tedious doing all that stamping. Now I have a few flowers here that I messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out, those are my in colors. So I'm going to pull out my in color markers. Sorry guys. And I'm going to grab my Evening Evergreen on the thin side, and I'm going to draw in the bits that got missed out. There we go. And one over here. So, right, this guy needs a little bit of definition. Okay, so nothing that a marker can't fix. All right, I think that's everything. Okay, there we go. So we've got all of those guys fixed up just using our in color markers. You know, I don't use my markers to color a lot, but I would never want to be without them. I love writing in cards with them, and I love that I can fix mistakes. All right, now I am going to clean this up before I drop something on that. I made a huge mess of that ink, of that stamp. Wow. All right. So we've got that all done and our background done. So now, just like our card yesterday that used our thank you label, we have our thank you stamped on here. We're going to pop some dimensionals onto the back of this. So I'm just using up leftover ones that I have here. But if you've got your kit, you have all of your mini dimensionals and you'll have a whole bunch left over. And, oops. Come on, there we go. So we're going to pop this on right about there, centered from left to right. And now, just like yesterday, we tucked like the lemons and limes in behind this. Today, we're going to use all those leftover flowers that we didn't use on the other heart cards. We're going to use these and mini dimensionals. We're not going to tuck them under though. We are going to pop them on top. Let me find my mini dimensionals. It worked to have the lemons going under, but I find with the flowers, I much prefer how it looks when you layer them over the top. Okay, so we're going to start with our 2 blushing bride flowers and come on in here, one on each side, kind of trying to create not total symmetry, but a little bit of symmetry. All right, now that one we're going to pop up there. No, actually, we'll bring it down. All right, bring it down and then I'm going to pop this guy up there. All right. Oh, come on. No. There. So you do want to use the minis for these because a big one would be too big for that flower, which minis is what they provided you in the kit, so it's all good. All right. Then we're going to pop one down here and put one up towards the top here. You can also just place these where they're going to cover up any mistakes you made. So that's another option. Okay, come on. No. There. All right. Stop. Okay, and pop that one up there like that. Excellent. All right, now we also have some of our leftover gems. So we used these on our card yesterday, and see, I made all my cards and I still have extras. So like no worries here. So this one I'm actually going to pop up here in between. And this one I'm going to bring down here. And one more right over. Yeah, right up there. Okay. So there we have all of our decoration done. Now we have some choices, but I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to pop it onto a Pear Pizzazz card base. So this is just a sheet of Pear Pizzazz cardstock cut in half and folded. And so we're going to pop that on there. Now you could use your mini glue dots that came in your kit to attach this, or you can grab some liquid glue or whatever your favorite adhesive is and use that to apply this to your card. Now, the other thing that I am going to do is I am going to put a white layer on the inside of this card. I like doing that because I feel like it makes it a very finished look. And so I keep a stack of them pre-cut at that 4 by 5 1/4, that first layer kind of size. So it's easy for me to add those into cards. I just grab one and pop it in. And then I am going to grab my little flower again and just put a few little flowers in here as well. Now, if I was thinking, I would have stamped them before I glued that in. That way, if I made a mistake, it wouldn't matter, but oh well. That's what my marker's for, right? If I make a mistake, I'll be able to come back in and fix it up with my marker. All right, and I'm going to do some up there and some down here. I think 3 at the top, and then I'm going to go even more down at the bottom. Oh, there we go. One more to fix. There. All right, so that's not bad. One to fix. Oh, good morning, Val. So I am just creating an alternative card here using the Million Thanks kit because, of course, our kits are on sale this month. Buy one, get one 50% off. Last night I showed this awesome kit, and today I'm just making 2 alternative cards using some of the leftover bits. Now, these guys were only left over because I didn't use them on one of the cards. I didn't think it was necessary, so I saved them to use on this card. So there's our first alternative card. And then our second alternative card, we're going to get messy and use blending brushes again. So I'm going to grab another piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white cardstock, and I'm going to grab a blending brush. This time I'm going to grab a pink one, but I am going to rub some of this off. I'm bad, guys. I don't clean my brushes properly when I store them. So I just got to clean that off a bit because I was using, looks like I was using polished pink. So I'm just going to clean that off a bit because the pink I'm going to use today is our Blushing Bride, which is, of course, much, much lighter. All right, now to do this background, I'm not just going to do a solid blending brush background. I am actually going to bring in our new Artistic Mix decorative masks. Now, these are so cool, you guys. It's a frame, and then once you've blended that, you can come on in, line this one up, and blend a different color or the same color but darker again over top and get this really cool double pattern. Same with our plaid. We've got our big plaid lines. And so you blend that and then come on in with your second layer and do it again. And then you'll get like that full-on plaid look on your paper. And actually, I think the plaid is what I'm going to go with for today. Then we also have, uh-oh, don't tell me I lost them. Oh no, maybe they're still in the bag, hopefully. Uh-oh. So I'll show you guys, and then I'm going to have to hunt around my room because they were just here. We've got these 2 cool, here, I'll put them on here. We've got these 2 cool labels as well. And so you can blend those label shapes onto a background of a card. And then we do have the pieces that came inside. So if you wanted to lay them down, blend around it and have the white part left. And that's the piece I'm missing right now. I don't know where they've gone. They must have fallen out when I opened the bag. And so I'm going to have to hunt around and look for those because that is a very cool technique. Oh, there's one. So you get this piece as well. So you could lay that down and then blend around it. Good morning, Julie. All right, and then, so I just got one more of those. It's missed. Oh, there it is. There we go. And then you've got that piece as well. Same idea. All right, so it's a very cool set, the Artistic Mix decorative masks, and I'm going to show you today how this all works. So I'm going to lay this down, and actually just for ease of blending this, where are you guys going to get the best view? Probably if I do it up here. I'm going to use my grid paper to really help me with this. Now I am going to take just a little bit of seal and put this on the back so that my paper doesn't slip around. Now that was just a tiny, tiny bit of seal that I put down, not much at all. And just going to use that to hold that in place. Now with that lined up and in place, I am going to grab this mask, and I think, how do I want to do this? I think that's a nice way, and I'm actually going to mark the corners on my grid paper just so that when I go to line up the next one, I get it lined up the same. Okay, because the two are already pre-lined up to work for us. Now I am just going to grab a piece of washi tape here to hold this in place. So just make sure that's lined up. Just a piece of washi tape across each corner to hold my mask in place while we're working. All right. So like I said, we're taking this kit, this really beautiful little kit, and stepping it up a notch today. So we've got that. Now we're going to bring in our Blushing Bride ink, because that is the that is what we're working with here. The colors in this kit. It's Blushing Bride, and so I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to come in here and do a whole layer of Blushing Bride on here. There we go. And for here as well. So the whole thing covered in Blushing Bride. Now this is kind of like our background color, so I'm not going to worry about going too dark with this one. We're going to keep this one somewhat lighter. Okay. I'm going to try and even it out a bit though. Good morning, Lila. Welcome. We're just working on our second card of the morning. I'll show the first card in a bit, and then you can, of course, watch the replay as well. All right, so we've added our Blushing Bride there. Now I'm going to pull this off, and we've got that cool pattern there. And I'm going to bring in the matching plaid piece here, and do just like that. Now with that in place, because remember I marked the corners before, so I'd know where to line this up. With that in place, I am going to use some more washi tape to hold this one down. So just two little pieces of washi tape here. So I am looking at this and just making sure that those squares are kind of centered inside the squares, and then my corners help. There we go. Like that. Now you could use a second color here, or you could do what I'm doing, which is I'm going to add Blushing Bride again. And so what that's going to do is make the spots that already have Blushing Bride darker, and so we'll get that really awesome plaid effect. All right, super excited about this. Here we go. So, oops. Let's get a lot more ink on there. There we go. So you can see how it's darkening in spots that already had ink, and we're getting a nice light pink layer where that white is. Now we will still have a little bit of white on here because we started with a white base. If you don't want any white on your plaid, then you want to start with a colored cardstock base and then apply colors to that. All right, and you can have so much fun with this, blending two different colors. You know, maybe try them out before you get going and see, you know, oh, when I take Granny Apple and Gorgeous Grape, maybe that doesn't blend as nice as, you know, Granny Apple and Bermuda Bay. So there we go. So we've applied another layer. Just want to make sure. There we go. All right, and now for the big reveal, you guys. So that's 2 layers of Blushing Bride on here. And we'll peel this guy up. Oh my goodness, I love it. And there we go. Now we could again come in and, you know, add in more layers and make this a more detailed plaid and do all sorts of craziness, but I'm not going to today. I'm very happy with this. I like the little bit of white accent on there. So I am going to clean up my hands, though. I'm very inky, probably from touching that frame. There we go. Inky fingers always. All right, now we did put this down with a little piece of seal, so we're just going to carefully pull that off, and I'm going to stay away from that area. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put just a little scrap of paper down because I don't want to accidentally get stuck, like have my card base get stuck in there. All right, so there we go. Isn't that so super duper cool? And yeah, it looks impressive, Lala, but it's really easy with the Artistic Mix decorative masks. Like, they make it painless to create. And so yeah, you could go in and add even more color and really make this quite spectacular. All right, with that done, I am going to grab a Blushing Bride card base, and I am going to apply this directly to my Blushing Bride card base. Oh, hi, Carol. Now I'm looking at that, and I actually don't know if I want the whole thing, though. I might actually cut this in half and be able to get 2 cards out of this. I think that's what I'm going to do, guys. So I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, so I'm going to cut it at 2 inches. So I just did all that work, and it's going to play double duty by getting me 2 cards. And even if you are making 2 cards, like you knew that right from the get-go, I would do it this way. Instead of trying to line it up twice and blend twice. Okay, so I'm going to take that piece and apply it just here to the bottom half of this card. Yeah, that's going to work out really nicely. So I'm just gluing it straight down. If all you have is your kit adhesives, then I would use your mini glue dots. If you have other adhesives, then grab your favorite, whether that's seal or liquid glue or whatever it may be, tear and tape, I don't know. And I'm going to glue this down. There we go. All right. So with that glue, oh, and right, I said I was going to do 2 cards. So let's do them both at the same time. Show you how easy it is to double duty here. All right. Now, on the original card, they used a faux paper ribbon to create a cool kind of swish across the background. I used up all 3 of them because I made all of my cards. So I'm going to have to use real ribbon. That's okay. I love using real ribbon. So we've got a few options here. I'm going to pull in and see what we like the look of the most. So we could continue to do some plaid and bring in the black and white, like they had black and white stitching, and use our plaid ribbon. We can go with that whole idea of evening evergreen and bring in our evening evergreen. This is a retiring ribbon, you guys. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. It's carrying over. It is in the mini, though. Or I think, where's my extra one? There we go. Or we could use some of this. Oh, that's the one. There we go. We've got this white glittered organdy ribbon. Now, I just have the tiniest little bit there, but I have a whole other roll right beside it. So let's open up that new roll. While I'm doing that, you guys let me know what you think, because we've got 2 cards here. We could do two different ideas here. So let me know what you guys think would look the best. While I do the hardest part of this, which is opening the package of ribbon. There we go. All right. So just like on yesterday's card where they had the long zigzag, we're going to do a long zigzag of ribbon. And I'll show you guys the easy way to hold this down. So there we go. So definitely we're going to do one glittered organdy, and then you guys let me know if you think we should try the black or the evening evergreen. I think the evening evergreen's too much white. I'm going to say no to that one. So we've got the black and white or the glittered organdy. I'm going to work on the glittered organdy one while you guys let me know if we should use that black or not. I'm still not sold on it. So the easiest way to do this is to actually take some kind of strong adhesive, tear and tape, or I'm going to use Seal Plus here. And I've just done a line of Seal Plus right where I know, because I know I'm going to be attaching this label. I know this label is going to cover it up. So right behind where it's going to be, I threw in that Seal Plus. And then I'm going to lay that down across it and hold it out. And lay it down across and pull it out and lay it down across. Okay, now I have to trim up that one end. It's a little too long. All right, no problem. There we go. So with that laid down like that, I am now going to take my label, and these are the labels from yesterday. That's why it's pre-stamped, because I just kind of went ahead and used that awesome Seriously Grateful for You stamp from our Thanks and our A Million Thanks kit, and had pre-stamped that in Evening Evergreen. So I'm going to grab that, throw some dimensionals on the back. Now I'm just using up bits from dimensionals that I already have. And you know what, there's a lot of ribbon there. Let's use one more. All right. And we're going to go ahead and pop this down on our card, and we want to pop it down so that it covers up that messiness of a ribbon on the center of our card. All right, so there we go. And then you can just kind of work with those and twist them however you'd like to get them to lay the way you like them. There we go. All right, and then our final bit to this card is just to come in and add in some of these. You know what? I'm not going to add black dots actually to this one. I'm going to bring in the iridescent pearls that I used on that other card. We're going to keep this card soft. Okay, so come on in, add in one up there, and I think two down here, right about there, and a small one right about there. All right, so there we go. There is kind of a stepped up alternative for this card. So another really fun way to do that. And again, we can put in our white layer. Actually, you know what? I'll do that afterwards when I've got the other one done. So I haven't heard from you guys. So I'm going to show you one other way to do this. And this is a really fun way of kind of creating that chaos of ribbon behind, is to fold a big bow, like big floppy, sloppy bow. Here we go. Floppy, sloppy bow. Trim up the ends. And we are going to use the black one for this one because I want to use the black embellishments. All right. So giant floppy bow there. And I'm going to have to trim those ends even more. I'm going to do that afterwards. And then we're going to grab one of our mini glue dots that came in our kit, or in my case, I'm just going to grab one here off the roll. We're going to stick a knot right behind. I'm going to put this on a slight angle. There we go. So stick one behind the knot and attach it to our card front. And then we're going to take our other label here. So this is another one that was left over. We had lots of leftovers from yesterday. We're going to throw dimensionals on the back of this one. Now, this one is a bit of a thicker ribbon, so I am going to try to not get the dimensionals where they're going to touch the bow. So I kind of did up here and down here. So just the two spots for my dimensionals. There we go. And lay that down Oh, I actually think I like the black better. All right, now we're going to trim up this end so it stays on our card. There we go. And bring in the black dots that we had left over from yesterday. And I might go, because I have so many left over and I'm running out of pieces to work with here, you guys. I might go a little bit crazy, or maybe not actually. I don't want to take away too much from the card. No, I'll save these for something else. All right, right like that. And there we go. Oh yeah, I like that one even more. So that is our other alternative cards. I'm going to bring in the first alternative. The black looks awesome. I know I might actually peel this apart and redo it as black and save that ribbon for something else. So here are my two kind of stepped up alternative cards using the extra pieces from that Million Thanks card kit. So those are my two extras, and I put them off to the side. But I'll put it all together on a blog. Well, that's true, Lila. It does depend on who you're giving them to. The soft one is, it's soft. It is nice though. Maybe I won't pull it apart. So those are my alternative cards. I'll put it all together on my blog so you can see yesterday's video with the original cards and then these stepped up ones and like some nice close-up photos and everything so you can really see them. But I wanted to show you that those kits are not just for beginner stampers. You can really take those kits and create some amazing things as an avid stamper and really put your own creative flair into it. So thank you so much for joining me. Really nice to have you guys here. Let's just switch back. There we go. I am seriously starting to feel more like myself. I wasn't quite ready to design from scratch, but using the kit and the extra pieces, that's kind of where I'm at, getting back into the groove after being sick. So thanks so much for joining me. Do go check out those kits, you guys. They are seriously awesome. And yeah, have a wonderful day. If you are local, I'm going to be at a craft fair at the Riverside Community Church this Saturday. I'd love it if you could pop by and say hi, check out, all the stuff that I've got. I've got 3D items and cards, and I'll have a lot of these kits on display there. I have a good collection of them now, so you'll be able to come and see those in person so you can decide which ones you'd like. And yeah, have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful sunny day here in BC, so I'm going to go soak up some of that vitamin D, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.